Hello friends, hi, it's Annette and I'm excited to be back at my table, and it's currently a fun mess of Week in the Life 2024 products that I got my box and started pulling things out and started prepping my album. So I thought it might be kind of fun to just follow along and talk about my initial thoughts and plans. I am currently working on my 2023 one and I am making progress on it. I don't want to be distracted too much by this, but I do want to at least clean up this mess on my desk and make some next steps and get started. So you're welcome to join along with me. I'm excited that you're here, and yeah, let's jump in. All right, so here we go. The 2024 Week in the Life preparation edition of From Where I Make Stuff. This is definitely from where I make stuff. It's very much a mess. And my goal is to get it started and cleaned up a little bit this year, or today, so I can function back in my space again. Sorry for the croaky voice. I'm just getting over some spring cold. And yeah, so hopefully I can share some fun things. So one of my goals this year is just to really keep it simple. Loved the kit. I'm one of those people that likes to wait and see what the kit looks like before I commit to a size, unless there was some other thing that's, inspiring me. And definitely was inspired. This is all Allie Edwards has created a whole kit and products that are designed to help you tell this story very easily. Well, very easily is relative. So somewhat easier. How about that? For some more than others. But for me, this year, I loved the 6x8 letterpress black and white Days of the Week album. Love this album. In fact, I have two of them now. I was like, I'm getting one for next year. Or maybe two, or for another year, or something like that. So I love black and white albums for my Week in the Life. It's just black and white and gray. It's kind of the way I've gone with my albums. And I have a couple of them where I've got two with the different designs of the days of the week on them. So I was excited to add to that collection as well. And I was ready for a change back to the 6x8. I've done 6x8 for a long time, and then did the 10x8s for a couple years, 3 years, I think. So I'm excited to be jumping back into the 6x8. So first up, basically, I loved Allie. She's got a video. I'll see if I can link to it about her preparation. I would highly recommend checking that out as well. But Week in the Life is basically a 7-day project, documentary project of your life. Just a random week. We do it as a community on a certain week, but you don't have to join in with the community on that. And basically, you want to just kind of capture what life looks like right now. So I love that that's one of the main prompts here, and that there's room here, almost like a table of contents or an introduction. I think that that's really cool. So I like to start out with some kind of title page or introduction about us. And so I loved how Allie had punched the stories of this week, and the reason why just right there. It's always fun to add a reason why, like, why are you doing this? And it helps you to, when you're a year later working on it, going, why was I doing that? Why did I do this to myself? But yeah, so I love that. And I love that. I was thinking a photo of us there, but I think I'm going to just follow along with Allie's design plan there for the reason why. I just love that. Basically, you just take these, adhere them back to back, punch holes in them, and she'll often add a little tab here to make it easier to turn, and that's really fun. I like that kind of mirrors the quote there that says, "Life isn't a matter of milestones, but of moments." And I love that. That quote. It says from Rose Kennedy. And I just like that idea that we're made of moments. It's kind of a milestone year for me, and kind of year. And it's exciting to see that that's not just what my life is made of. It's made of these moments. So that's what I think that's a general reminder to me to say, okay, like, what moments can I capture this year? And overall, my goal is just to really simplify it. Because I am working on old projects, I want to simplify it. So let's see if I can do that. Remind myself to do that. So I got the main kit as well as the mini kit. I got the mini kit because I got the bundle. And the bundle included the journal as well as the mini kit. So for like $5 more, I could get the journal it's a no-brainer for me. Like, I love the journals, and I have some when I got them on sale, so I could have used those, but I think I just love the print and the colors and the updated fonts and stuff. So yeah, so I went ahead and got this to show you how I use them. This is my current 2023 one, and I've got notes in here. It's a lot of note taking, and I got my reason why in the back, and some notes about the week. And you can see I'm kind of working backwards because it sounded fun for me. So I'm just starting to add in some photos and making sure, using my photos to capture in the times if I didn't keep up with it in the moment, which is often the case. And it's okay. Just give yourself permission to do that. Just take a lot of photos and then go back later and look at the times and stuff. Yeah, so it's always better if you capture it in the moment, but if that doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. And let's see. Yes. Make it something you want to remember. So, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. But basically, I'm going to be doing that for each of the days. I kind of did some during the week. My reading. I always start out better. And then, like, I start out good, and then I fall off by, like, day 2. And then I can't even get day 1 in. So it's okay if you don't quite get there. It's all good. You can always catch up later, which is great if you are like a finish it later kind of person. It's great because this helps you to kind of recreate the story in your head, and then you can get it in your photos too. And it's just another awesome form of documentation. You can just keep it there with your albums. And yeah, so I love it. I'm going to be using it again. I really love the Persnickety Box 4x4 photos in here. But you can see they fit really well. Like, here's my sample box. I've actually been working on getting some more of these ordered, but as you can see, the 4x4 fits just beautifully right in there. And you could just use some washi tape or photo corners and just start adding in a couple of photos there just to keep telling the story in a photo way versus only words. So I like the fact that you can do photos and words, and you can do art journaling in here too, or stamping. It's a great place to play with things like that too. So those are my 2 main things I'll be doing this year is the 6x8 binder, and then also the companion Week in the Life 6x8 notebook. Okay, so next steps, I know I'm going to be using that. I've got one of my clear bins so far that I've just been storing some of the extras in here. So that's where I'm going to be just placing this for now. I do have the other days of the week. And like I said, I bought an extra album and an extra set of transparencies. Actually, these are the main transparencies, so I guess I could pull those out. I do have an extra set down in there in case I want to do the same album next year. So that's kind of fun too. It's to think, okay, all these products, I don't have to use it all in this project. If I want to save some of it for next year, I can as well. So the next thing was the title card. I was thinking that I wanted to add this Our Story as a reminder for me to put a photo of us here. I think that would be nice. I guess I had it in that here. So as a test, I've already adhered it down. So if I'd only washi taped it, but basically, you're going to have, I think that would look cute there on a photo. What do you think? Yeah. So you would have that photo covering that up. The Our Story would be there, which would be fine. So again, I can always change that. That's why I'm not committing it, I think, to this. Because I'm just deciding if I want the reason why here. Yeah, I think I want the photo there. So I'm going to add our story there. And then I was thinking our story here. Or I could use one of the cool ampersands that are in the kit or the mini kit, one of the two. And the other thing too, I was thinking that fits there really fun, is the circles. There's our week here. And if you punch the holes out of this colorful paper, then you have something to back it on, which is kind of cool. There, our week. So I was thinking that would be good on the back, and then I think there was like a we are, yeah, maybe that's it. So you could do back-to-backs even. Kind of like the little border around there too. And you could even just staple these and do something like that. So there's so many ways to use these products, and it's just fun. So, or I could add the year, which is always good too. So on that circle one, I could even just, or find some numbers. So there's probably some embellishment or a photo that would be there. Another thing you could do is like documenting us, that sort of thing, or documenting me if it's for you. And you can always do a week in the life for yourself too. So yeah, just thinking that's what I'll do on that front page, and then on the back page would be like the our week circle. So I might just slip these in just as a reminder to me if I want to do them. Like we are, and then our week, and two of these. I usually like having the year somewhere on the front too, so I'm not sure. And then there was this other little chipboard that Allie had put right there, like a week in the life, and I love that. I think that's great. So I'll probably be doing that too, right there. The stories of this week, a week in the life, and that's a nice title card. And reason why, and then I could even do like some kind of stamping along the bottom for 24, which would be cool, 2024. Or I could do something here too for the big 2024. All kinds of things to do. All right, so maybe put this here in the meantime. Okay, so I don't forget to use that. And add this here in the front too. Week in the life, because that's going to go there probably. It also would look great here. So however you would like to do it. And then that is also like the days of the week, kind of little days of the, like a table of contents is right here too. So life right now, our week, table of contents, jumping into day 1. Okay, so next up, I've got jumping into day 1 or Monday. Currently, I just have it washi taped here, but this is one of those big days of the week title cards. And I just thought it was fun to put it on the, right there, boom, on the main page. I think it would be great over a photo too. Like, just grab one I have handy, okay, so you need a bigger one than that. But basically how it looks over a photo. Here's one. Imagine that as a bigger one. But imagine that's bigger. And then it would look really kind of cool as over a photo too. So it'd be like, boom, so either way, it's all good. I'm thinking I like it on here though. And then I did a date stamp here. Just on some white paper, cut it out, and then also I've got these washi taped on just to see if I like them. I took down, I cut down, there's that card. All right, let's slip that in there too so I don't lose it. I don't want to mess that one up either. Okay, so I've got all my contents there. So yeah, you can see these came as a 10 by 8, and then I trimmed it down to the 7 by 8 to fit over here. I've always used the transparencies. I always love them in this project just to divide the days of the week and everything. And then that will be a full page photo, just kind of working out how I want to use them. And then some kind of introduction with the Hello Monday cards. And what's great, I mean, this year is like so just boom, easy. Just fill up the album with the kit. It's really, really fun. So I'm thinking either this is going to be a full page photo or a flip out. If it's a flip out, I'm thinking as you turn the page, I would use cardstock, and then this would flip out and open, and you would see this might be on the inside maybe, or it might be on the outside, and then like an invitation to open it up. So I'm thinking that could be fun on this album, so that it would be the full size of the page protector. We'll see. Okay, so that's kind of, I'm still debating. I'd always like to see what the new templates are and stuff like that when they come out. So currently I just, again, have this washi taped as a little reminder. So I still haven't quite figured out what I want to do here yet. But I do love the Hello Monday. It just makes sense there. It's so great. And then a photo or journaling on the back. The next page is all the 4 of the 3x4s. And I'm still debating on what to do with the extra transparency that's cut down. Allie showed in her video how she stitched that to the 3x8 cards, which I think is fabulous. And would be just awesome. You could use that as a title holder, you know, like you and me, and focus on you and me. You could focus on us that day. You can add in film strips, which would be super fun, and make a little pocket there, slide things in and out. It just sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm not ready to commit one way or the other. I might follow along and just do that with like Allie did, or I might trim them down and then use that as a filler card where you would hold like the story there, and just repeat that, because there's like 7 of the stories. So I haven't decided yet how I want to use those. You could also use these as like just a bullet kind of thing, and then write for your journaling. So you could be like, here's a photo, and here's my journaling right here. So you don't have to use them the same way every time, or you don't have to use them on once a day. You could do them all in one day and have multiple stories out there. There's so many ways to use these products. So things like this, I might either just slip in the pocket if I'm trying to remind myself to use it, or I might just keep them in my little embellishments holder that I keep to the side. So that's where I have some things that I've been using for last year's project, and then I could just add these ones right in there too. So that's always an option, is to keep those things together. I might, let's see, well, I'll do that in just a second. So let's see, if I do want to do it that way, let's see if I can find some more of these. So here's this one that kind of matches. I love how they color coordinated everything this year. It's just really great, really fun. So here's all my little stories, and I think that would be just a fun embellishment holder place, or it could be something else like today's stuff or anything. So, and then the back of that is there, and then the 3x8 card. Again, there's that one, and it could be a photo that you put there, attach it, or you could attach the rest of the cut off transparency there. So that's kind of nice if you want to do it that way. Just as a 3x8 also works. Then currently next I have all the 2x2 pockets with the Monday banner. It just looks really great there. I think that 2x2 pockets are super fun. It is a lot of photos to cut down, but it gives you a place to hold them all in like a collage kind of way. And then there are the prompt cards that you can add in here too, one for each day. And I'm thinking if I do those, I might do those on the back, where this is more like Monday look like this, and just do only, you know, mainly photos. And then on the back I could break it down into the prompts. So like do Monday me. Here's a little bit about me. And let's see if it goes in. Then Monday U. And U is not wanting to cooperate. There it goes. There's one. And then Monday S. Let's see. It cooperates here. It doesn't quite fit as nice because it's white. You can just trim off a little of the edge if it needs a little nudge there to get in your pocket the way that you wanted it. Because I probably would want that there just to give it a little contrast. You see it's a little too big there, so I would just take my little trimmer and let's see, where's my little one? I've got the big one and the little one. So I might just take that and trim just a slight edge off of it. Sometimes they're a little too big. It's usually not much. There, see, it just slides right in. Okay, so that's kind of fun. I like that. I like the back of that as another focus. So I don't have to think, you know, it has to be a perfect collage. But then you can kind of have some story prompted. I love the story prompted, but I also, it does make you have to gather up those stories. So simpler way would just be leave it open. This is a little more direct prompted, so that's fine. Then I left the 4x6 ones here because I always like to add some 4x6, and the Monday highs and lows kind of as a wrap-up card is what I'm thinking there. And then I have just a page protector, and then it jumps into Tuesday. So this, the back of this could be beginning Tuesday, or it could be the end of Monday. Just depends on your stories and how you want to add them. I think that's the main things. So see how that's pretty simple as far as like a design. I didn't want to make it too complicated, too many of these other ones in there yet. Like I figure I can add those in later. But this is just a great way to start adding in, you know, the main bulk of your story, or of your foundation pages. So again, I'm just going to basically be adding some washi tape here until I commit, and until I know for sure that's what I want to do as far as the title of each day. But I'm leaning towards that. I think it's fun. And yeah, so I'll need to be trimming these down. Adding all these days of the week, adding in my hello cards, my days of the week, little prompt, place for journaling card, and just get the page protectors in here and get my foundation pages ready. That way I can move on and keep working on 2023. If I keep having this here, I'll overthink it, and then I won't keep working on my other ones. So, all right, so thanks so much for hanging out with me. I think I'm just going to work through this and start adding to it, and then I'll kind of wrap up at the end. So after cutting all the transparencies down and getting that section going, what I did was just continue to put the kit contents into the binder. So just, cutting out the holes and adding in those hello cards as well as the transparencies, and then adding additional different page protectors that I have, because the kit or the binder doesn't come with the exact configuration that I want to use. So I do have a stash of extra transparent or page protectors there. And then I saw that those additional die cut pages, and I thought those would be fun additions for the very back of the album. I enjoy doing kind of an intro and an outro. So I enjoy doing, a place to hold a little bit of the stuff of life, just a final, hey, thank you for this week. And I think that would be how I'm going to use that dear, like writing the letter, say, dear week in the life, thank you for this project and all the good stuff that you bring into my life, because it helps me to, be more aware and mindful of my life and just seeing the good stuff. Even though there's always ups and downs, some weeks more downs than ups on this project, and it kind of derails you sometimes, but it's always good to have a moment to pause and to show your gratitude for things. And other thing that I wanted to share was I shared how I was kind of temporarily adhering them with the washi tape, but then I pulled out the stapler, the little mini stapler from Tim Holtz, and that's how I'm planning to adhere those onto those page protectors or those dividers once I get to that stage. So once I commit fully to that, I'm going to just use the stapler on that. And it's held up well in the past. I've done that with other ones of these projects too. I was just making sure that it was going to reach. So I'm going to do one staple on the top, and then I'll have that little date, the little date stamp card on the bottom. So I'll have like the Sunday and then the date. I'm not for sure exactly which week I'm doing, so that gives me a little more time to figure that out as well. And then, yeah, just continuing to add those little pockets. And I went ahead afterwards. I was losing my light, so I just went ahead and just continued to do that. And then later I did go ahead and fill the rest of those prompt cards out on the back of those, as well as added in some 2x2 kind of almost title cards for that too. And I thought that was a really fun addition. And then as I was kind of stacking, bringing it all together, I noticed that currently card, the big tag, and I thought that would be a fun way to tell a little bit more about us in the beginning. So I'm going to do something with each one of us there in the beginning for that card. And then, a little intro and then an outro there with the different die cut cards. And then I did punch holes in the other 3x8 cards and add them to the album as well. Hi friends, welcome back. It's the next day. I have started to put the other video together, and I thought, well, let's go ahead and just share where I'm at right now before I kind of put this away and jump back into my 2023 album. I think that's my plan. So again, my plan is to use the journal for notes and photos to be able to be done either in the moment or as later if I have to catch up on it. And hopefully the goal is this year is to do as much as I can in there during the week. Second is the 6x8 album. So this is the main project for me. And I went ahead and committed and punched the holes following Allie's lead on that. I just really love how that is. I haven't done the little tab sticker, but this is an Avery Index tab. And you can stamp and then put that on the side like Allie does as a page turner, essentially. If you're interested in those. And then did the week in the life chipboard. I have the reason why I haven't filled it out yet. But I was thinking, when I figure out the dates that I want to do, I'm thinking mega date stamp might come in handy. And because I think it would work if I did like the month and the date there. And then, 2. And if I think there's going to be enough room. I need to test that out. But it could give you your dates if you just stamped like the day and the number, or the month and the number, and then finish with the year. I think that could be kind of cool across there. And then that would give me, again, more of the title, essentially, of the dates that I'm doing that are to come in there. The other way that I'm thinking about using is the time stamp there. I have the mega date, or the mega time stamp from Studio Calico. I have a couple options to do times in here. And I have this smaller one from Allie Edwards they offered a couple years ago, or a number of years ago by now, and this older date or number stamp that has the AM PM, and Allie had used this, I think, in a day in the life project. And so I thought any of these could work as a way to kind of have some fun with the dates this year, kind of adding in like that messy stamp look. I think that this letterpress album kind of lends itself to a little bit of that messy stamping. So I think any of that would be super fun in here. Next, I played around with adding the dates, the year. So I found this is an old overlay or transparency from Hambly from years ago. And so I cut it down to 3x4. And again, I just have these washi taped because I'm kind of leaning towards the white. But I also did one just on the color on the back of that circle die cut page when they come out. So I'm just kind of have that there. The other thing too I was thinking would be fun is to have some form of like an envelope or something, you know, in the front pocket where you have, you know, the date there on it too. So I'm not sure yet. It's just a nice place to hold some of the stuff that you collect during the week, all the ephemera and brochures and stuff like that. I'm not really sure on that yet. I had the You and Me envelope from the mini kit, and that could work too there, but I don't know if it's just too big for me right there. It might be fun to see what other people do on that too, see what ideas people come up with. So then I have the R week on the back. So I think that would be, it's kind of where I'm leaning towards with this little pocket. And again, I just have it washi taped for now, but I would just staple these on right directly onto the transparency is how I would do that. I think that's kind of fun. The vintage cameras. I used this in a very older one, even my original one maybe too, or 2011 or 2012, somewhere along there. And then this, just again, you've seen this on the other one. I don't think I really did anything else to it. In fact, yeah, that was just going to share the dates, how I added the year. And then, yeah, oh yeah, I did do a few things. Let's see, I went ahead and I punched all the holes in here, added the 3x8s in. I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to try the transparency, and this would also be a fun place for the pocket too, right there. Morning, afternoon, evening, and then you could pull out, have a photo or something like that. So another way to use those little 3x4 kind of pockets. Again, I'm just not committing yet. This is the kind of thing I might tinker over way too long, and then I really want to get back to my other project. So then I did do the documenting us on here, and I went through and just add the other 2x2s in here, and just I thought that was fun. It's a kind of a jumping off point for those. So I have the documenting us. I have your stuff on Tuesday, and I started off with the you, and then me and us. And then Wednesday, I have currently the my stuff. And then, let's see, Thursday, I have today's stuff. And again, I just kind of staggered these like me, you, us. And I have Fridays, little bits of life there. The high-low card, Saturday. I have the you plus me card. And the me plus you. Hello Sunday. It's such a fun kit. Allie and Team, y'all did great. I just love it. And then I always like to end on gratitude with Sunday. So full of thanks for this day. Just felt like a great way to wrap it up. And then again, I'm going to do a Dear You, Dear Week in the Life kind of letter as a wrap up, and simply remember a few notes to self, a few last places for ephemera or other last little things and or photos, wrap up photo, and I think that could be a really great thing. This is another place that can be handy for an envelope, is in the back for me. So it could be, I would look for probably a bigger one, honestly, and just another place to put that ephemera. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to be just putting this to the side, I think, and just getting back to work on my 2023. The other thing is I forgot about these. I have some of the other supplies too, these little word strips, and I've just got them set aside in a little box for some of the week in the life stuff. So these can go right on the 4x6, or you could cut them off and put them on the 3x4s or 2x2s. So I'm just going to keep keeping these aside as a way to add those in later. And again, if I don't use them this year, I can use them next year or on one of my old past projects. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be putting these back and get back to work on my 2023. I'm really hoping to make more progress on that. And thanks again. I hope this has helped you, get you inspired to get those albums set up and join in Week in the Life this year. Excited to see what you guys create. And wish you the very, very best Week in the Life this year. Take care. Thanks again for watching.